Bray Wyatt is an interesting character. He's very charismatic, has an enigmatic persona, and is more than adequate in the ring. Despite being a heel, lots of fans seem to flock to him and the Wyatt family, though many do complain about his rather poor booking over the last little while. Now, even though he doesn't really want to stir up trouble outside the ring, here are 5 things WWE want you to forget about Bray Wyatt. Here's one we should all know. The Bray Wyatt character came after the mediocre, failed Husky Harris persona. The same man who plays Bray played Husky Harris, and the two characters couldn't be any more different. He worked a country boy gimmick in NXT Season 2 and made it onto the main roster as part of the Nexus, though it was a complete flop. The gimmick just wasn't good. There's nothing really unique about it, and many found it bland and boring. Given how bad the Husky Harris character did on both the main roster and even NXT, I'm sure WWE does not want you to remember it. Though Husky Harris wasn't the best in-ring worker, Bray Wyatt is much improved. He lost weight, got in better ring shape, and is much more entertaining to watch in the ring now. Despite all that though, Bray Wyatt was awarded Wrestling Observer's Worst Work Match Award in 2014 for his Extreme Rules match against John Cena. The ending of the match was absolutely terrible, as it had Cena being scared into retreat by a child, allowing Wyatt to escape the steel cage for the win. In the end, this angle was pointless as Cena picked up a second clean victory later that year. Now, regardless if this was an issue on creative's end or not, this award is not something to be proud of. Ever wonder where the Bray Wyatt gimmick came from? Contrary to popular belief, it actually isn't based off The Undertaker. Though Bray did create the persona himself and present it to WWE, he was inspired by a wrestler under the name Waylon Mercy. Mercy and Wyatt knew each other through the WWE Performance Center, and Wyatt revealed that he got the idea from Mercy. See, Waylon Mercy also rocked Hawaiian shirts and white pants, an extremely similar look to that of Bray Wyatt's. Wyatt used this while also taking inspiration from horror films and Charles Manson interviews to create his own persona. Though it's clear Bray didn't rip off the idea, WWE would prefer people not knowing gimmicks are often recycled over the years. One of the more disturbing segments of the PG era, CM Punk along with several members of the new Nexus lashed Husky Harris's back with leather belts as part of an initiation process. No, this wasn't fake to my knowledge, as the sounds and marks on his back looked very real. You can probably find the clip on YouTube and judge for yourself, but even if it isn't real, the segment was extremely uncomfortable. Harris's willingness to accept the lashing is also totally out of line with his current gimmick, and that combined with the fact the segment was very disturbing makes this something WWE definitely wants you to forget. Speaking of his current gimmick, Bray Wyatt is quite the peculiarity in today's WWE. He is openly dark and sadistic, and never seems to back down from a fight, unlike the trend of cowardly heels on today's roster. Wyatt doesn't hide the fact he is downright evil and wants to hurt people. Hell, he's even called the Eater of Worlds and regularly tells people to follow the buzzards. Believe it or not, Bray was even more evil back in FCW. He made his debut there with Eli Cottonwood at his side and cut a great promo where he showed off just how sadistic he was. He says his mean old daddy was killed after his boat caught on fire. He then says something along the lines of, "I'm gonna watch my opponents burn alive, just like my daddy." This dude was straight up scary, and although this would have been an awesome route for the character, it's the polar opposite of what today's WWE is going for, which is why he had to be toned down for the main roster. And those are 5 things WWE want you to forget about Bray Wyatt. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, maybe leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, be sure to follow Wrestling Up on Twitter to stay up to date with news and videos. As always, thanks for watching.